Wait a second. What happened to Mythic? No, seriously, does anyone really know what happened to this once great community? Did Mythic just die a slow death of inactivity, or is there more under the surface? But, if we are to unpack what happened to the Mythic SMP server, we must first go back to the man who started it all, Skyflier. On May 10th, 2019, the YouTuber most known as Skyflier created his first Minecraft video. His Let's Play, creatively named Let's Play MCPE.
So I actually have an old channel that's all privated. That had to have been back when I was in 4th grade, 2012 maybe, around that time. And I used to watch Sky Does Minecraft all the time. And I loved Sky Does Minecraft so much in 4th grade, like I'd stay up and just watch it on my mom's phone and stuff like that. And so I just really wanted to be a Hunger Games YouTuber. So I created the account and just started recording Hunger Games footage and just pretty much unedited, really bad quality. And I just started uploading it from a MacBook, 30 frames per second. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed doing it, even though I think I maxed out that channel at about 12 subs probably. But yeah, that's how I started making videos.
Skyflier then went on to create 12 more episodes in his Let's Play series before switching phones and losing all his world data. Though sad at the time, this really was a blessing in disguise. Skyflier then started doing tutorial videos.
For the first 3 months of uploading videos, for 3 months, my total view count was 300 views. I remember checking my YouTube studio while I was riding the bus home from school one day, and I got 301 views in total over 3 months, and I was so psyched about that. And looking back at that, that's nothing, but it was a huge milestone for me. So, I mean, after about a year of uploading, I was at 15,000 subscribers, and at 3 months, I was probably at 20 subs. So it really started to shift a few months after that when I started to post tutorial videos, because before that I was just kind of posting standard Let's Play videos, which is a incredibly oversaturated market for Minecraft content. You really have to be very personable in those videos, and you really have to let the unique things about you shine through to be entertaining in those videos. And I just wasn't doing that. It was just another standard video, except for a lot worse quality. So about 4 or 5 months, I started posting tutorial videos, and it really started with fish farm videos. The first fish farm video I posted got 8,000 views, and that was huge because my probably most viewed video before that was probably under 200 views. And then I actually went away to wrestling camp, to competition wrestling camp that summer. But before I left, I posted a video, and while I was at camp, it ended up getting over 20,000 views. So when I came back, I just started grinding out tutorial videos, and a lot of them just started kind of gaining a lot of traction. And then a few months back, I posted some Iron Farm videos, and those videos single-handedly probably gained me at least a third of my subs today. I got hundreds of thousands of views on them combined, and they're still the most popular videos on my channel.
Along with making tutorials, he was invited onto a small SMP called Endless Entities.
If you're gonna make a documentary about Mythic, I think the best place to start is the Endless Entities, actually, because although Mythic is where things really started to pick up, Endless Entities, or just TEE as we called it, was really where everything started, because that's where pretty much all the OGs met up. So that was basically me, Sanscrate, Skyflier, Skull Omega, Phantom, and I think there might have been 1 or 2 more, but I can't really remember. A bunch of those people, we all actually it really only started with Sanscrate, and I think, if I'm being honest, I think she made an advertisement or something in either Silent Whispers Discord or that official MCPE Discord or something like that, and it was just I'm making this SMP. So I think it was on Silent Whispers or either that or Truly Bedrock, saying I'm gonna make an SMP that's just like Truly Bedrock, and she wanted to get people to join. And so obviously I volunteered. And I remember now, there was another guy, his name was Cryonic, and I haven't seen him or spoken to him in a long time, because I don't think he doesn't do YouTube anymore, but he was another OG there, and there were a couple of people that we actually struggled to get a whole lot of members because there weren't a whole lot of people that participated, but we just sort of barely scraped by with a half dozen people. And we made our first season of the Endless Entities in, I want to say like early 2019. I don't remember. It was some time around there. And that's when I first started making videos really on my channel. And they were TEE videos. And Sans made her own channel. She started making videos. And Cryonic made his videos, and we were like the trio. There was Cryonic, me, and Sans Grace. And we all sort of, like similar to how everyone is now, we sort of competed for subscribers and views. Like, it's not really a competition, but everyone knows that it's a competition. And we were kind of tied up for the most part. And we got some people that wanted to join the next season, and we were like, okay, so we think it would be best to just sort of end season 1 early and start on season 2. So we did that, and Cryonic, I think the reason we ended season 1 early, really, like the big reason, was because Cryonic left, and we never really saw him again after that, which was kind of sad. But he left the SMP, and we really needed more members because we had very few people. I think we had Skull Omega and we didn't have Phantom, or it was the other way around. And we got both of them, the brothers. And then that's when we sort of did this thing where all the current members would go out and we would just hunt for small Minecraft YouTubers that needed like a group of people to just join and play an SMP with. And I found Skyflier. I don't think he had more than 10 subscribers at the time. And he was making very basic tutorial videos, and I was like, this guy has so much potential because he's got a good voice, he's got good stuff. I can see this guy's, he has a lot of potential. So I invited him to come over, and he was very hyped about it. And at that point, he actually had like a penguin holding a gun profile picture, which was kind of funny because that was just such a long time ago. That was his profile picture for a long time, and it was only actually pretty recently that he changed it to his current one. But so that was that, and then we became sort of the trio. It was me, Sky, and Sans, and we did season 2 of the Endless Entities.
This was within the first, I'd say like 3 months that I was uploading videos, like well over a year ago now. I had around 30 subs probably, and I just got a I'm pretty sure, I might be remembering wrong, like it was so long ago, but I'm pretty sure I got a comment on one of my videos, like just talking about the SMP. They're like, they saw that I was a small channel that did survival Let's Play videos, and they pretty much just commented on my video, and I checked out his channel, I forget who it was, and all of the channels associated with Endless Entities, and it seemed really, really cool. So I joined the Discord, I started talking, I applied for all this stuff, and then it took probably about 2 months for the series to even start. Like I'd sit there in the Discord, like I'd log on every day, I'd be like, hey, what's going on, checking in, because I was so excited to do it, and it took so long to start. But when it started, it was really, really great because there's like this pretty incredible sense of community between everyone, because it was more just like, it was like one of those, it was less say an SMP like Hermitcraft, where it's like YouTubers trying to create like these storylines and trying to do all the shop stuff, and more like an SMP that you might see on Twitch, where it's just people having fun together. And I really like that sense of community. Floppy Potato is the one who got me into Mythic, or into the Endless Entities. So he commented on my channel, and I checked out his videos, and they seemed really good. Like, I mean, he seemed like he was a really good creator. Like he had a mic for one thing, which is unheard of in Pocket Edition YouTubers. So he had a mic. And so yeah, I started talking to him on the Discord, and yeah, I've known him for like over a year. Like we actually lived like within like an hour and a half of each other in California, and so we'd play on the Endless Entities together a lot. We had like bases like near each other. I'd go over to his base, he'd come over to my base, we'd do projects together in Minecraft and stuff. And then when the channel kind of died out, when the Endless Entities kind of died out, I pretty much just stopped talking to him. But when I decided to reopen an SMP of my own, he was the first guy on my list. I'm like, all right, he was my number one back in Endless Entities days. He was there. I need to get him onto this new SMP,
While before the switch he had 12 or so subscribers, shortly after going to tutorials and endless entities, he grew subscribers at an insane rate for the time. He gained more than 100 subs in just a month. Sadly, great things come to an end, and in just 20 days, the SMP was over.
We did season 2 of the Endless Entities, and that season ended even earlier than season 1 because of Sans crates, actually. So what happened was she got really demotivated because the people that we had in our SMP didn't have the most subscribers, and it was really demotivating because you guys know how it is. You put all this effort into a video, you spend hours recording and editing and doing all this stuff for it, and it only gets maybe a few hundred views at the most, which is really, really demotivating. And so Sans really felt that, and she was expecting to get a lot of a larger fan base starting off, which isn't really that realistic, but she wanted to get a lot more. She wanted a lot more, basically, and she didn't get a lot more. And so she decided that she was going to be finished with the SMP. And at that point, she was the person that was paying for the realm. And so everything was basically on her shoulders. So when she said she couldn't pay for it anymore, or she didn't want to anymore, it was basically all over. And I haven't talked to her since that. And after that, everything sort of slowed down a bit, but we still had this sort of community. It was all the people who had originally played in the first and second seasons in the Endless Entities. And at that point, it was sort of just all of us kind of like worked individually on our own channels to improve ourselves. I made my freaking famous fish farm in this community, and that got almost 500,000 views, and I picked up subscribers. Skyflier started making his fish farms and his golem farms and whatever, and that picked up some subscribers and views for him. And it was kind of funny because Sky and I used to be like, I actually had, I think, a few dozen more subscribers than him when I first met him, and then he picked up and got a few more than I did, and then I got a few more than he did, and then he made some fish farms and got a few thousand subscribers, and then I made a fish farm and got a few thousand subscribers, and then now he's way up at 16,000, which is kind of funny. And so now it's my turn to get back up there, but we're gonna have to put a pause on that.
Anyways, so Floppy Potato posted a video about a fish farm that he had created. He did like a really good job on it. It was it was probably the most compact design I'd ever seen. And like pretty much what I did is just like, it was a move. I used his design and then I changed it. Like it was a different design. I modified it so that it worked differently so that you could use it, because it was a Windows 10 design. So obviously you can't use it with like an auto clicker in the same way, because on Minecraft Pocket Edition you have to use the like pose button and all that stuff, like to cast. So I changed it to Minecraft Pocket Edition, but it was still fundamentally the same design, and I never credited him for it, and that kind of gave us a falling out, you know. But yeah, that was just the move. I ended up crediting it to him in the end, and it was like all my bad. But yeah, we made amends.
After the small dispute, both Floppy and Sky went their separate ways. Eldrin SMP was started in October 2019. The creator of the realm, Natty Ducks, aka me, please subscribe, had started a Hermitcraft-inspired world. The idea was to bring YouTubers together. I was small at the time and couldn't get huge creators, so I went on the search for some small but talented YouTubers. That's where I found the recognizable names of Gabsfiend, Cinnamon Thighs, N-Person, and Peters HD. We had a great amount of potential, and as some members led to dead ends, we needed new members. That's where I came across a YouTuber named Skyflier.
Eldrin came along, and Mr. Natty Ducks came and was like, "Hey, you look cool. You want to join Eldrin or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds amazing." I don't know exactly what my reaction was at that time, but I would bet I was pretty surprised, and I thought that was pretty cool, because I recently probably got into Hermitcraft and Truly Bedrock. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And then, Eldrin that was a pretty cool experience. I was surprised with myself. That was a time for me to like discover like I actually enjoyed building a lot. And I was surprised with how good I was when I put my mind to. Not that I was just, it was like a beginner's luck sort of thing. I just drew on like stuff from previous experiences and skills in my life and whatever. But yeah, Aldrin was a thing that was a really fun experience. I got to meet cool people like Mr. Duck, which I have known for a long time, a year and a couple months, I think, and a bunch of other people that have gone out into different parts of the community, like Infinite Lands with Peters and Person and Caper, and it was just a really cool experience. Got to make friends and get involved with the community.
During all his time, Sky had been growing his channel with different tutorials and a new Let's Play series, also creatively named Let's Play Minecraft PE. He had reached over 1K subscribers.
I was so proud, because, like I'd said before, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a YouTuber. That was, kind of my goal. And the amount of effort that it takes to get 1K is something that a lot of people don't fully appreciate. A lot of people can see content that isn't that exceptional on YouTube getting millions of views, just like vlog channels and stuff like that. I'm not calling anyone out, but there's definitely bad content on YouTube. Everyone knows that. And so the amount of time and dedication that it actually takes for someone to get 1K is pretty incredible. It's talking about uploading constantly, good quality, being personable. All of these things have to come together to get 1K. And then you just have to be kind of lucky with things too. And so I was so happy, and especially because then it made me it gave me some sort of validation for all the work that I was doing. I was like, all right, I can start trying to make money. I can start I can be proud of this. After being invited to join Untitled SMP, he hoped to find something similar to Endless Entities. When I was joining, it wasn't super active. I never saw another person online, which was another thing about it. It was more like a motivation thing. I just wasn't really into it. I'm gonna say something which is gonna sound so stupid. I don't have OCD at all. If I said I had OCD, that would be a total lie. But I was annoyed with pillars of netherrack all over the place and stuff like that. That my first video, I spent the entire time fixing up the shopping district, adding hiding the light sources and lighting it up and doing all that stuff. So that kind of annoyed me. That's nothing to do with the reason why I didn't update on Elgin. That was just something funny that made me think of. It just wasn't really super active, and I just kind of lost interest in it very quickly. After Untitled SMP was not what he was looking for, Sky left to go back to its tutorials. And that's when he struck gold, or should I say iron. On March 13th, 2020, Sky created one of the most viewed videos on his channels. With his growth, he grew at an exponential rate. Though just 1 week later, Sky made history. On March 20th, 2020, Sky released a video opening applications for a little series he created, Mythic SMP.